The WWE Universe may be closer than ever to witnessing one of the biggest returns in modern wrestling history. For years, fans have dreamed about seeing the Shield reunited. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, three names forever linked together by one of the most dominant factions WWE has ever created. Now, following SummerSlam 2026 and the shocking events that unfolded on Monday Night Raw, speculation is growing that Dean Ambrose could finally be on his way back to WWE. And if the clues we've seen recently are any indication, WWE may already be laying the groundwork for one of the most emotional moments in company history. The story begins at SummerSlam, as Seth Rollins made his entrance for his highly anticipated match against Roman Reigns. Longtime fans immediately noticed something unusual. Seth appeared wearing a mask that strongly reminded fans of Dean Ambrose's iconic Shield-era look. At first glance, many dismissed it as a simple tribute. But as the night continued, the references became harder to ignore. Later, Roman Reigns participated in an interview where he spoke about the Shield and specifically mentioned Dean Ambrose. Roman referred to him as the wild card of the group, acknowledging the unique role Dean played during their legendary run together. What really caught fans' attention, however, was Roman's comment about how he and Seth Rollins remained in WWE while other wrestlers chose different paths. Many fans interpreted that statement as a subtle reference to Dean Ambrose leaving WWE and eventually becoming one of AEW's biggest stars. Individually, these moments may not seem significant, but together they created a pattern that had wrestling fans wondering whether WWE was intentionally preparing the audience for something major. Then came the Raw after SummerSlam. Throughout the show, there were plenty of memorable moments, championship fallout, and new rivalries beginning to take shape. But it was the final moments of the broadcast that generated the most discussion. As Roman Reigns made his way backstage after appearing on the show, he was approached by Rey Mysterio. The interaction seemed simple at first. Rey stopped Roman and told him he wanted to discuss something important. Roman agreed. The two men then walked away together as the show came to an end. It was brief. It was mysterious, and it immediately sparked countless theories across the wrestling world. What exactly did Rey Mysterio want to discuss? Why was WWE ending the show on that specific moment? And most importantly, could this conversation somehow be connected to Dean Ambrose? According to growing fan speculation, the answer may be yes. One popular theory suggests that Rey Mysterio's involvement could lead to discussions surrounding a major wrestling event where Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins would be present. If that happens, some believe it could create the perfect setting for Dean Ambrose to make a surprise appearance and officially reconnect with his former Shield brothers. It's the type of moment WWE knows fans would instantly embrace. The Shield wasn't just another faction. It was a generation-defining group. Roman Reigns became one of the biggest stars in the industry. Seth Rollins developed into one of WWE's most accomplished performers. Dean Ambrose built a reputation as one of wrestling's most unpredictable and charismatic personalities. Together, they changed WWE forever. Even years after their breakup, fans continue to talk about their greatest moments. The trio's debut, their championship victories, their betrayals, their reunions. The emotional connection fans have with the Shield remains incredibly strong. That's why every mention of Dean Ambrose immediately generates excitement. The possibility of seeing all three members standing together again feels almost too big to ignore. Of course, there are still plenty of obstacles. Dean Ambrose, known internationally as Jon Moxley, has built a highly successful career outside WWE. He's become one of the most recognizable names in professional wrestling and has established himself as a top star wherever he competes. Any potential return would likely require major negotiations and perfect timing. Nothing has been officially announced. No return has been confirmed, but that hasn't stopped fans from speculating. And honestly, it's easy to understand why. WWE has repeatedly shown that it loves rewarding patient fans with unforgettable surprises. The company understands the emotional power of nostalgia. It understands the impact of bringing back legendary stars, and there may be no reunion bigger than the Shield finally standing side by side once again. Imagine the scene. The arena lights dim. The crowd begins to buzz. Roman Reigns stands in the ring. Seth Rollins joins him. Suddenly, familiar music hits. The audience erupts, and walking onto the stage is Dean Ambrose. For many fans, that would instantly become one of the most memorable moments of the modern WWE era. Whether it happens next week, next month, or sometime further down the road remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the references at SummerSlam, the comments from Roman Reigns, the mysterious ending to Raw, and the growing rumors surrounding Dean Ambrose have all reignited excitement surrounding a potential Shield reunion. For now, the WWE Universe can only wait and watch as this story continues to unfold. Because if these hints are leading where many fans believe they are, the return of Dean Ambrose could become one of the biggest stories in all of professional wrestling.